Rouse's Markets is voted best grocery store in New Orleans, best grocery store in Baton Rouge, Mississippi, Gulf Coast, Thibodaux, Houma, Hammond, Lake Charles, Mobile, year after year. Thank you for choosing us best grocery store on the Gulf Coast. Number one. Thank you.
Thank you.
The number one grocery store
In Mississippi, Alabama,
Louisiana. 1 million customers a week can't be wrong. Welcome to Rouse's.
Good evening. Welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Lonnie Thibodeau. Thank you for joining us. We're very happy to have with us Tara Morvant from Explore Houma. Of course, she's Director of Marketing and Communications. And we got some exciting news that relates to our area that perhaps people have not heard about. First of all, welcome, Tara. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. And what the news is coming up. Right now, we're less than 2 weeks from Christmas, so we've got kind of Christmas on our mind, and then when you have a moment to think about, you go, well, what's a week after Christmas? It's New Year's Day. And there's something very traditional in America, about as American as you get, is the Rose Bowl parade. And we've got something, Explore Houma has something very, very exciting to announce. So for people who have not heard it yet, the floor is yours.
Yes, so we are so excited to announce that Explore Houma for the first time ever is going to be in the Rose Parade this year. So we are partnering with the Louisiana Office of Tourism. Every year for the past 4 years, I believe, they've had a Louisiana-themed float in the parade on New Year's Day. So we decided this was the first year to kind of step up and participate. So we're so excited to be joining the state.
And we know the Rose Parade is, in fact, we're looking at the float for people who have an opportunity. That is what the float is going to look like on New Year's Day. That parade, I've got to assume not only does it take them a whole year to pull it together, they're probably working now on the parade 2 years from now. But the point is, it takes a long time for them to pull it together, or for you as one of the organizations participating with the state of Louisiana to put. So how far back does this go that Explore Houma gets involved in ultimately making this decision?
So we made this decision around mid-year. Now, I know the state hires like the Cirque du Soleil crew to come in and build and to work with the performers, but we are actually going up a few days early, and we're going to take part in decorating the float. So that's really exciting. So I know there's over 100,000 flowers between carnations and roses and whatever other kind of flower and seeds and beans that goes onto this float. And so it's going to be really cool that we get to take part in decorating what you're going to see come down the street the day of.
Yeah. Now, ultimately, when you make your decision, you said it was about mid-year, kind of was there a main one or two factors that really swayed y'all to decide this? Was it the theme, the look of the float? What kind of ultimately made y'all say, okay, we got to do this?
Well, Billy Nungesser's entire team does such a great job of organizing this event, and it's broadcasted to millions of people. And so it was really a no-brainer for us to participate this year. The theme of the parade itself is Best Day Ever. And then the float, the Louisiana-themed float, is Louisiana Saturday Night. And we're like, we have to represent what a Louisiana Saturday night in Houma looks like. And so, like I said, it was a no-brainer. We wanted to put our little slice of Bayou country on the map, and this was just a really great way to do it.
And again, like you said, we're kind of used these last few years where there's been a Louisiana float. And I think people get very, very excited. I've been impressed. I've got to tell those few seconds that you see it come across during the network broadcast of the parade, you're like, wow, they kind of captured. That's cool. There's an alligator. There's a swamp scene. There's whatever, So ultimately, I think, in fact, as y'all are making y'all decision, had y'all seen, I guess, the rendering of maybe what we just saw, maybe what the float is? You already knew kind of what it was going to look like?
Yes, we knew what the concept was, and that's what made us even more intrigued to join this year because, like I said, Louisiana Saturday Night, that's something that the entire state knows about. It's not just Baton Rouge. It's something the entire state can come together to represent. And it was something that when we found out what the theme was, what the concept was, we knew instantly who we wanted to bring.
I was about to ask you, the who.
Yes.
And somebody from Houma, Terrebonne, has got to be on that float. If you're participating or sponsoring in a sense, how and who was that decision was made?
Yeah, so once we, like I said, we heard the concept and the theme, we knew the best person to represent our Louisiana Saturday night in Houma was Waylon Thibodeau. So there are, I want to say, between 8 to 10 riders from around the state that are going to represent different cultures and the regions Louisiana Saturday night. So we have LSU football player is going to be representing Baton Rouge.
Eddie Kinnison.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have
Yep.
musicians, we have chefs. And so Waylon Thibodeau being the incredible musician that represents our Cajun, our Zydeco music, it really was he was our top choice.
And of course, you got to assume there's Waylon. We just saw the last picture of everyone who's going to be on there from the state. And he will be, quote unquote, performing. You've got to assume. I guess you could sit up there the entire length of the parade pretending like you're feeling or whatever.
So he's not performing on the float.
Like
so
live.
Yes,
Right.
So we do have an entertainer. In the past, there's been Lane Hardy, Lainey Wilson, John Baptiste. This year, we have I'm blanking on his name, but he's Tim McGraw's nephew.
Right.
So he's going to be up there.
Timothy Wayne.
Yes.
Timothy
I'm so sorry.
Wayne.
Timothy
Right.
Wayne. He's going to be performing, and Waylon's going to be just kind of greeting the crowd, waving. But he will be performing at the Float Fest following the parade, which is a huge opportunity for him. So we're really excited for him.
It really, Waylon, you and I were having a conversation off camera before we started. I mean, Waylon and I go way back, and people have asked, are we related? Yeah, we kind of are distantly related. Our names are spelled the same way, the right way. And and he and I go way, way back. And Waylon, in my opinion, as I told you, I think is certainly on the Mount Rushmore. If anybody wanted to do a Mount Rushmore of musical talent from the Bayou, certainly specifically from our area, Waylon's got to be on it. So y'all decision deserves applause and kudos because you are absolutely right. That is the guy. I think it is, there's a lot of other great ones without question, but I think because of the theme, it's Waylon. So again, don't forget, it's coming up on New Year's Day, the Rose Bowl parade. And that's what the float's going to look like. So again, right. And as we get a little closer, we'll probably do a couple more things with y'all as we get a little bit closer to remind people. So again, we want to thank Tara Moravad, Director of Marketing Communications from Explore Houma, for coming on. Great choice, great decision. I'm glad y'all did it. And thank you for coming on and letting us know about it.
Yeah, thank you
It's
for
great
having me.
news. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you for joining us. We got more Bayou Time coming up.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bourke, know your rights.